What is personal fulfillment? What do we mean when we talk about personal fulfillment, and what can it look like? Why is personal fulfillment so important? And what are the best methods for how to find it? We are addressing all of that in today's video. As a personal fulfillment coach, this topic is near and dear to my heart. Today, we are going to talk about what is personal fulfillment, why is personal fulfillment important, what are some examples of what personal fulfillment can look like, how to find personal fulfillment, and where to go from here. Personal fulfillment is about deep internal satisfaction. It is a matter of living an authentic life, aligning yourself to your values, and that includes your mindset, your behavior, how you act and interact with the world. And it's about actively choosing what fills your cup each and every day. Personal fulfillment is a key part of your self-improvement and personal development journey. It is also highly personal. What fulfills one person will not necessarily be what fulfills another person, and that's okay. There is so much joy to be found in honoring and celebrating our differences. In fact, conforming to expectations or societal norms can often detract from personal fulfillment. Because in that case, you aren't living your own life for yourself. When we are exploring what personal fulfillment is, we are also acknowledging that it is about making the right for you choices for who you are in this moment. It is a very present way of viewing life. Rather than being stuck in the past or only ever looking to the future, you are able to appreciate and have gratitude for the present moment. You are, in essence, living in the moment. Personal fulfillment is often connected to achieving goals and delighting in the accomplishment of success, but it is so much more than that. Personal fulfillment is about the journey you take on the road to accomplishing your goals. It's about enjoying that journey and that adventure just as much as you enjoy the goals themselves. It's about lighting that spark and taking great pride, great delight in that process of working toward your goals. Why is personal fulfillment important? Personal fulfillment is important because it enables you to live life for you, rather than going through the motions or making choices to please other people. When you are personally fulfilled, it ensures that you are actively living your own life on your own terms. It is radical. It's important to note here that striving for personal fulfillment is not selfish. It may appear individualistic, but that's simply because every person is different, and therefore, every life, every journey, every definition of personal fulfillment will be unique to that individual. Personal fulfillment is nourishing. It is energizing. And because it is so good for you, that then spreads out to other people, the people around you. The more personally fulfilled you are, the more that you increase your capacity for that much more energy and compassion and motivation. And from there, you can then make use of that energy, that compassion, that motivation to do more good in the world. Personal fulfillment can pave the way for you becoming a positive catalyst for the world. That is powerful. So, what are some examples of personal fulfillment? What can this look like? Personal fulfillment looks different for everyone. Think of it in terms of just about anything. The career you choose, the hobbies you do, the books you read, the shows you watch, the people you interact with, the lifestyle you live, and so on. Building on what I mentioned earlier about personal fulfillment being about the journey that you take, a great example of personal fulfillment is writing a book. If you are writing a book for the sole purpose of being able to say, I'm a published author, then you are doing it for the clout or for the bragging rights. You are doing it for the end result rather than the act of doing it. In that case, you might hire a ghostwriter to write the book for you, which pulls you away from the act of writing and being an author. Or you might choose unethical methods of becoming an author, such as using AI to write your book. And that defeats the entire purpose of sharing your unique perspective and your ideas with the world. It defeats the purpose of engaging with the creative process. On the other hand, If you are writing a book with the primary purpose in mind that I get something powerful from the experience of writing, or I can't imagine not writing this book, or this story lights me up, then that is far more indicative that you are getting personal fulfillment from the act of writing a book. In that case, you can still absolutely want to be able to say, I'm a published author. You can still want to sell millions of copies or make a full-time living from writing books, or get a movie deal from the stories that you write. You can want all of those things. The difference is that none of those things are the end goal in and of themselves. The act of writing is the thing. This goes back to something else that I view very strongly when it comes to being a solopreneur. You need to care just as much about your craft as you care about the idea of being your own boss. In order to have true success as a solopreneur, which to me involves personal fulfillment, you need to care deeply about the work that you are doing for clients on a daily basis. Becoming a business owner for the sole purpose of being able to create your own schedule is not a good enough reason to do it. It's not going to fuel you when things get tough. It's not going to bring you personal fulfillment on a daily basis. But when you become a business owner, because yes, you want to create your own schedule, and also you are passionate about your craft, including the services or the products that you offer for your clients and customers, then you will experience true personal fulfillment. Here's another example of personal fulfillment. Are you going jogging because it's good for you even though you hate it? Or are you going jogging because, yeah, it's hard, but it's also something that exhilarates you? It challenges you in a good way. It stretches your abilities. If you are training for a marathon, that's awesome. That's a worthy goal. And also, if you are dragging your feet during the training, if you are counting down the days until the marathon so you never have to run another day in your life, if running doesn't actually make you feel good, then is it really worth it? You can both A, train for a marathon with the goal in mind of wanting to finish that marathon strong or do it within a certain time span, and B, feel fulfilled with the act of training for that marathon. With all of this in mind, how do you find personal fulfillment? You find personal fulfillment by searching for what you truly enjoy the act of doing and being. It's not just about the end goal or the final result of what you are working toward. It's also about having joy and deep satisfaction, even though it might also be challenging, in that moment itself. Here are a few questions you can explore for how to find personal fulfillment in your own life. Think about your career, hobbies, lifestyle choices, etc. Pick a few of them and then ask. Number 1, what are the primary reasons for why you are doing that thing? Write those things down and try to limit it to maybe like 1 to 3 reasons why. Number 2, are those reasons solely about the end goal, or do they also include that process itself to achieve the end goal? While you're doing that, one of the things that you might want to do is highlight in yellow the end goal reasons, and maybe highlight in green the process reasons and that kind of thing, just to get a little bit of a visual breakdown for you to be able to see, is this more about the process or is it more about the end goal? Number 3, what would happen if you did not achieve that end goal? Would you still want to be doing this thing in the way that you have been doing it? Write down yes or no for each of them. There you go. Those are 3 questions to ask yourself, and then from there you can start to recognize whether you have been doing things from a personal fulfillment lens. In each instance, you can begin to explore alternative routes to then achieve that end goal. So this might be the types of strategies or tactics, etc., that will actually be fun for you. And you can also begin to explore whether you are truly living life for yourself or if you are living your life for other people. Let's get into an example of making choices based on personal fulfillment. A good example of personal fulfillment in my own life connects back to exercise. Many years ago, I used to have a love-hate relationship with running. It got to the point where it wasn't fun. I was only doing it because I felt like I should be doing it or because I wanted to want to do it, rather than because I genuinely wanted to do it. So I stopped running. Does that mean that I don't exercise? No. Instead, I simply found what types of exercises are much more personally fulfilling to me. For example, I love walking. It fills my cup and it makes my heart so happy. So walking is something that I do pretty much daily. It fulfills me. I also dance multiple times a week because that too makes my heart happy. I take dance classes for the purpose of performing on stage. I'm a burlesque dancer. But even if there was no stage performance, I would 100% still dance. It's the dancing itself that personally fulfills me. The stage performance is absolutely still personally fulfilling, but it's almost like its own entity, and that's really what you want. You want for the end goal to be, yes, something that does spark that joy, but it shouldn't be that you don't also enjoy what it takes to get to that end result. You should be enjoying what it takes to get there just as much, if not more than, the end result. With that in mind, here are a few more questions that you can explore for how to find personal fulfillment. What fuels you, lights a spark under you, lifts you up, fills your cup, or brings a smile to your face? What brings meaning and purpose to your life? In what ways can you actively pursue doing more of the meaningful things that lift you up? What are the things that you would do even if they didn't get you to achieve that end result? All other things being equal, would you want to do this thing if you had all the time and energy in the world? Or is it something that you might never want to do again? Personal fulfillment is sustainable and long-lasting. It is not a fleeting, passing thing. It also has depth and meaning. It is not shallow or surface level. It is very likely that multiple things will fulfill you, and this might also change over the course of your life as you grow and change, which is why I would also encourage you to explore personal fulfillment and satisfaction in all different areas of your life on a somewhat ongoing basis. It doesn't need to exist in a silo in just one area. You can be personally fulfilled at all levels and in all areas of life. Where do you go from here? What is your next step? You don't need to do any of this on your own. If you want help with searching for the best path to take so you enjoy the journey alongside the destination, if you want help figuring out your own definition of personal fulfillment and identifying and doing more of what brings you joy, if you want to live your best life so you can elevate in your self-improvement quest and become that best version of you, then let's work together on your personal fulfillment. Book your personal fulfillment coaching sessions at saganmorrow.com/coaching. Link is in the show notes. I'm really looking forward to working with you. As a personal fulfillment coach, I typically work with self-aware individuals who want to amp up their personal growth and self-leadership to new heights. The work we do together enhances your self-awareness skills, deepens your relationship with yourself, develops your intrapersonal intelligence, and improves your personal development using self-discovery methods and a fully customized self-improvement plan to achieve your next level goals.